Namaskaram to Utsahin team, Raghuramji, Sai Charan, Ramireddy, who was in touch with me and then made this possible to share the platform. My co-speakers of today on board, Murthy Garu, Dorji Saab, Namaskar, and Anirban and then Pramodha, Namaste, and all others who are on board here, TV Asia team, and those who are joining live and may view this program later. Namaste, Namaste to all of you from Hyderabad, DrTPS here. Beautiful name, Utsahin. Yeah, it itself is enthusiastic, right? The upbeat in each one of us. And again, thank you all for the right name, right from the heart. But I don't know, as human being, we are supposed to be sophisticated, not accidental, not simple, but more diplomatic, more social. Education means more social. More social means hide everything, not from the heart. Keep inside your heart, show other face. That's why many personality development programs. Personality itself is the shade which you cover on your face, not the real one. It's a mask. We have a lot of training programs to show the mask, but not the real you. I'm sure everyone gets angry, they will show the real face. They will tell you, I will show you my real face. Right? So, the more sophisticated, more diplomatic, more polished, they are the people. But I don't know whether that is possible. But educating the minds, that is what is happening today. You cannot have a life without a conflict between the English word is confusing slightly. So I use the word mind as buddhi and heart, no, it's manas. So there is a conflict between the manas and the buddhi. That's the biggest conflict in the whole life for everyone. We look at Nelson Mandela told once, you cannot have two H. You cannot have a good heart and a good head. Because it's always conflicting. 2H is not possible. And below that manas heart, there is a belly. That is avidya. Avidya is for earning. Karagre, Vasate, Lakshmi. Lakshmi is more important. Money is more important. Every action you require money. And our education is what for? When I was working in professional colleges like engineering college, we produce more than 3 to 4 lakhs engineers per year. They don't pass anyway. Most of them don't pass. But you ask them, why are you here? They want a certificate. If somebody gives them a certificate, they will run away. They don't want to study anything. It's all for the Madhya Pradesh to get a job. Why do you want to study? Job. When many people approach me for education, career counseling, they ask me, which will give me job? I said, don't study, I will give you job today. If you study more and more, your path becomes narrow and narrow. We say PhD, DrTPS, DR, doctor. That doctor stands for knowing more and more about less and less. That's in mathematics you say you know infinite knowledge about nothing. That means you get into vacuum. But nobody wants that. Everybody wants to fill their tummy. What I have to do? So education probably would have been a race for making money, making certificate. So even people ask, when we have satsang in my house, free programs for hundreds of children. They come to my house, spend morning till evening, learn many things. Evening somebody asks me, sir, where is my certificate? Even after every class they want certificate. E-certificate is there. I have seen seminars in which e-certificate will be provided in bold letter so that many will join. They don't even attend, they don't even learn. But certificate is must. So that's because you are more worried about be practical. People ask, I am practical, that's why I am asking. The head is important, heart has no value. So the Uttar Pradesh is important. The Madhya Pradesh is khali, no problem. And how do you make education E effective and A effective? I must have spoke to more than millions of teachers. And one common topic which I love to teach all of them is E effective and A effective. How do you make, not teaching, how do you make the learning, the receiver's point of view? How does that possible? I have a book on adaptive learning. How do you get adapted to? That's my book on adaptive learning. Written on e-learning, web learning 15 years back. Today people are in e-web. But when I wrote it in 2005, no takers were there. They don't want to do that e-program at all. Being a director of academic staff college, I was forcing them to become e-learning. I learned it from UGC CEC, Consortium for Educational Communication. And that's where I wrote this book on e-web net learning, adaptive learning. How can you make your class into a beautiful, interesting multimedia class? How can a teacher be a producer today? You don't require to teach because this is a world of informations. It's not 21st century. We should not talk about centuries. We should talk about decades. Because time goes, the scale is too fast. So I keep saying we have to talk about 3, 2, 1. 21st century, third decade. And in this third decade of 21st century, teachers must change. And what is the change? Both for avidya and savidya. As a mentor, as a teacher, not parents. I keep saying my name is TPS. Teachers, parents and students. They are the three categories whom I look always. And the TPS, we need good mentors who guide my children with a goal, with a specific role, with specific values. How do you balance it? That's a question. That's a question. How do you balance this? You will have to balance it because sometimes the value goes down when you have a different role. And goal determines your role and values. Maybe you will have to listen to parents. Sometimes don't listen to parents if you are so firm that what you want is that you can get. Will you be able to convince? That convincing is important. Sometimes earlier parents used to get a lot of respect. Today they don't. We cannot blame because earlier parents knew much more than what the children know. Today children knows much more. If a father wanted to operate a telephone, he will go and ask, son, please help me. Please teach me. So the child becomes the teacher for the parents. So where is the question of parents getting respect? Probably children knows. He will say, I know better than you. Yeah. And many, probably husband and wife, they fight each other. They keep saying, you are educated but no buddhi. So they know that education and buddhi, education and wisdom doesn't match. How do you make our children? I don't call the name training. Training is the worst word to be used. Training is something you skill development, repeatedly keep on doing. You can train a dog, you can train a cat. By mistake, if somebody calls me a trainer, I will keep saying, please, I am not a dog trainer. I don't. We human being, as Vivekananda Swami said, we cannot teach anybody also. We can only make them to realize. The learning comes from within. Hridaya guhara madhye kevalam brahma matram. Inside my hridayam, there is a Brahma who understands. So it's not learning, it's understanding which is essential. There is an old quote which says, the difference between a station master and a schoolmaster. The station master minds the trains and a schoolmaster trains the minds. Do we have real mind training? Maybe grilling is required because social skill is what is developed there. Skill development, fine. But the teachers today, neither they do that, nor they have the extra skill for reskilling for the coming years to come. Probably we should not look at 2050 what will happen. Do we have a goal of next 4 years, 2025, what can be done? Doubtful. Because many education policies. The other day on education policy, I was giving a lecture. I said there is no difference. Whatever Radhakrishnan told long back, soon after independence is what the today's new education policy also. We keep on saying new. There is nothing new. Ultra modern is not there. Every day we think today it's new. But if you read it, I gave a lecture totally depend on only Radhakrishnan's view, and they said, yeah, your talk on new education policy is fantastic. Then I said, it's not new education, I was talking only about Radhakrishnan's view. So there is nothing new. Why? Because we dilute things over a period of time. Grantham moonu pagarthidil muhurtam mutramayadu. If you keep on copying muhurtam 3 times, muhurtam will become mutram. That's what is happening. The teachers are only copiers. They only reproduce. They don't produce knowledge. How can you have a student who is innovative, creative, improvising, looking at things in a different style when the teachers don't make any real contribution? That is where the information rich, overloaded system, if parents and teachers keep saying, I am telling you, listen, what will happen? He will just listen to Google and say that Google is better. So blindly they believe, they don't even look at it. The truth, the fact check doesn't happen in them. So the respect is not there, fact check is not there, the direction is not there. That is where how a student can think about a footprint creation, an image creation. Great youth power. I spoke more than 1 million of students all across the globe. Maybe extreme end, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, starting Fiji also I gave a lecture. And in the West, UK, Europe, most of the places in US and India, from Hamirpur to Kanyakumari, maybe Northeast Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalayas, I used to do the Prajodayat camp. What is Prajodayat? Enlightenment. Your efficiency is there, but the youth is not able to show the power because they don't lack directions. I am sure if Vivekananda did not meet Ramakrishna, would have been a real losing of a great personality for India. So you need good mentors and good teachers who will change them as performers. How do we make them as performers with high efficiency, strong basis, with full understanding, not learning, understanding? To stand in their own leg and then say, Nimisham Jolitam Srayam Nadu Dhumayitam Chiram. I am a fire and not a smoke. I will show my power. I will show my fire. I will show the spark without conflict. Can we have a strong head, understanding things perfectly? Can we have a good heart with a passion, physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual skill in them? Are you one? Are we the one? And when we learn something, today children look at it and say, yeah. They don't have the passion and the thrill. Do we have somebody who says, wow, it's great? Do we have that wow in us? We have WWWH. Where, when, why, how, what? All these questions is there. But I keep saying all these are useless. Wow should be there. Do we have that wow in us when I learn? And then we say that we have passion. People have interest. Interest means I have interest in agriculture. What do? I go around and then pluck all the fruits and the vegetables and then eat as much as I want. The passion is what you make as a producer yourself. So I'm sure that is where the education should change. It has to be Savidya and Avidya put together with a passion and a profession in hand. With both values and earning should happen. Learn, learn. When the learning is over, EARN, earn should happen. Earning should happen. I am 100% sure. It's only family, my dream. Unsatisfied people keep on grabbing money. That's essential. And then LIFE, life becomes live in full enjoyment. That's why all my books are with life. Rhythm of life, life made simple, everything. Everything is on life. Because LIFE, life is live in full enjoyment. Learn in full enjoyment. And I target only education. Teachers, parents, students. That's TPS. That's my name. DrTPS. Right? So can these value added model can work with a tangible, intangible measurement. Tangible in terms of the 5 roles which they play. Administration, judiciary, probably the legislation. The 3 rules of the government. Plus the media. And who makes all of them? The teachers. Morning also I had a talk I was telling. These 5 roles is what the children have to be motivated. And the happiness which is intangible in them, that must be tapped, that must be perturbed, that must be awakened. I'm 100% sure if teachers have that ability, then we will not create. It's not the teachers, more than the satsang. We have Dharmaputra and Duryodhana who took birth in same palace. Same teachers taught them, but they did not change because the mentor was different. Duryodhana had Shakuni as the mentor. Dharmaputra had Krishna as the mentor. Do we have real Krishna with a Sudarshanam? Sudarshanam, nice philosophy. Darshanam, philosophy has to be good. Do we have a guru with a nice philosophy? Otherwise, every parent will call the children and ask, why my dear beta, why did you become like this? And the children, the students will say, as quoted from Duryodhana, Janami dharmam nachame pravrti. Mother, I know what is dharmam. I know what is value. Nachame pravrti. In this world it is impractical. I will not be able to do that. I want power position. I will have to use all the black rules of this world. Politricks. That's politricks. And that will have today. And that is what Duryodhana did. Janamya dharmam. I know what should not be followed also. Nachame nivritti. I am not able to stop doing it. Why? Kena api kamena hridistidena yatha niyuktosi tatha karomi. My hridayam, my manas says, do it, and I am keep on doing it. Where do we stop this? How do we mold these children to stop this into the right path? That's a big question. And that needs being human, human being. Being social, social being. Full life skill, intrapersonal relationships. And great social skill. Great life skill for earning. And that is essential. So what is lacking in today's education is we don't teach anybody to learn how to learn. That's what I do. I want only people to have always a paper and pen. Keep making notes and taking notes. Take notes and make notes. Make your documentation well. That will record you understood. I'm so glad that Utsahin made this platform. Namaskaram to all of you. God bless you. Inshallah. See you somewhere sometime, either live or alive. Thank you. Pranams to each one of you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of inspiration. I want to say one word with my heart out, sir. Wow. We science are blessed to have you with us today. And thank you for joining, sir. And,
Thank you.
Without any